Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, it is Friday. We made it through another week. It's going to be a nice hot weekend, I think, for most of the UK. So yeah, it should be a great weekend. Let's give you a quick update. Right, so the Silver Fiesta, that has now been actually at the body shop for about 2 days. He picked it up, not yesterday, the day before. So he's going to be working on it yesterday and today. So hopefully I'll have it back on Monday and we can continue with that one on Monday. The black new project I showed you yesterday, guys, that it is a great car. Those Peugeots just look great. I was getting messages from a lot of people saying that has actually got the wet belt on that car, and I'm seriously considering it, changing it. So we might be doing the wet belt on that Peugeot 208. I think it's a lot easier than the 1 litre EcoBoost from Ford. So yeah, and a lot cheaper as well to buy in parts, apart from the oil. Apparently oil is expensive, but never mind. But I'm thinking about doing it. So that'd be a great little great little project to do as well. I'll show you, what's going on and how I'm doing it and stuff like that. So that'd be good. But overall, it is a good little Peugeot 208. It's a lovely little car. And I will consider getting some more if it goes okay. If the wet belt goes okay as well, I'll be definitely getting some more because I can do, I can just keep doing them. Another string to my bow, as they say in the trade. So yeah, but I'm going to leave that Peugeot for now until next week. I really want to jump on today the Toyota Aygo. So whilst we've got a bit of time, let's jump on that. That Toyota Aygo is causing not problems, but delays. The delays in that car is incredible. I've never had anything like it before. Don't think I'm going to probably get another Toyota Aygo because getting the parts are just ridiculous and the prices of them are stupid. So yeah, you've really got to, you've got to have a fine balance between not overspending but still be able to fix the cars, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I've really been cautious about this one. Anyway, let's bring it in, get it in the ramp. We'll have a look at it. I've got some parts. I'll show you what we've got. Right, okay. So here she is. Toyota Aygo is back in the workshop. And yeah, last time we've done the clutch. So, but the only trouble is, I've just noticed there's some oil dripping from somewhere underneath. And we've had that gearbox out. We've done the clutch, haven't we? So why is that dripping oil there? So it looks like we're going to have to do a bit of investigating about this. Find out if it's what it is. Because that shouldn't be dripping like that. It should be dry. So yeah. I hope this ain't going to come out again. I really hope it ain't going to come out. But if it has, it has. Don't know. But yeah, we just got to do a little bit of investigating about that. Like I said, I have got some parts. Let me show you the parts that I've got. So this is the rad, water rad. Which one's the broken one now? So have a look. See, one's just, that's the broken one. So that's the original, and this is the replacement one that I managed to get complete. Yep, complete set. So that's obviously ready for when the body shop's done their part and pulled all the front out and lined it all up. We've got that rad pack there. Got some headlights as well. So I've got brand new headlights to go in. I've got a wing mirror because that is broken for some reason. Don't know how that's happened or what's happened there, but it's broke. Just falling. Can't put it back on. I've tried to flick it back on. It won't go back on. So I thought, do you know what? Let's just get another one. So got another one. So that's another job that can be done. Got the wing and got the bonnet. Still waiting for the bumper. Can't find one for the right price. I'm not paying £800 for a tiny little bumper for a car like that. It's just, yeah, it's not happening. So yeah, but I got the wing in colour. It's a bit dirty, but very, very good condition. But it's a bit dirty. But yeah, we'll see what that's like. Got a bonnet as well. Again, a bit dirty in places, little bits and pieces, but I think it will clean up all right. I think it will just clean up all right. So yeah, that can go on as well. It's just that yeah, this gearbox leak, we've got to solve this problem. So I'm now going to set you up, guys. We're going to have a little tamper with this, take the bonnet back off, get that out of the way. I'll get the car up in the air. I'll investigate, find out if I can find... I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it because the gearbox is all covered now. You can't get in there. Don't know what is going on. So let's just get set up. Let's see what we can do. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, let me show you what I have found. So, as you can see, it's dripping. Yeah, it's dripping. So, let me show you what I have found up here. So, as you can see, all this, that's all gearbox oil, all fresh. All fresh gearbox oil, that is. And I think I'm probably 95% sure it's coming from there. See it dripping, it's coming down that way. Look, see it down, there's like a line that comes down. So that is the drive shaft oil seal. So whether or not, when I took the drive shaft out of this one, it's ripped the inside of the oil seal or whatever, but definitely it looks like it's coming from that. I don't think it's coming from the gearbox inside, obviously, you know, inside there. The only really, the way to absolutely 100% know that it's not coming from there is to undo these 3 bolts. There's 1, 2, it's just one there, 3. So if I undo them 3 bolts, this plate here, can't really get you in there. This backing plate here will come down, and then I can see inside the actual gearbox to see if the oil's in there and then running down and then down, or it's dry. If it's dry in there, I know 100% it's coming from that drive shaft seal. So yeah, it just shows you, doesn't it? It just shows you that every time I've changed a gearbox on Fiat 500s, whatever car it is, don't matter what it is, I'm always changing the gearbox oils, drive shaft seals. But on this case, I didn't change them. I just thought they'd be all right because they weren't leaking before. So I just assumed it was going to be okay. It was completely dry before, no leaks. But it just shows, doesn't it? It's, you know, you've pulled the drive shaft out, and putting it back in, there's obviously been some sort of, yeah, it's loosened up, or as you've pulled it out, it hasn't sealed like original. I don't know. Something has gone wrong there with that seal. So we've got to replace. Well, let me get off the plate first, And then when I've done that, I'll come back to you, and then I'll show you if it's drying or not. I've already spoke to Toyota because I can't get these gearbox oil seals anywhere. No one's doing them. Apparently, there is no part numbers for these oil seals. So it's a main dealer only for this. I've already spoke to them. It's going to take back I've got to order them 2 or 3 days to come in. So it's not a case of going to pick them up and away we go. Absolute pain. So it looks like I'm just going to do both sides. I've got to be honest. Whilst I'm doing it, there's no point just doing one side. Let's just do both sides, and then no issues or problems again. So, yeah. We'll drop the gearbox oil because that's still new. We'll undo that plug there and drain the gearbox oil. And then we'll start stripping it both sides. I'm going to probably go and order them now. And then when I come back, I'll show you. I'll take that plate off first. As long as it's clean in there, I'll go off, order the things, come back. I'll show you what I found in there. And then we'll start work on these, stripping it down. I might as well just start doing it today, stripping it down. It's a bit of a pain, but it's a job that's got to be done regardless. So, you know, and we're still waiting for the front bumper and bits and pieces. This car. Let's bear with me for now, and then I'll come back to you and I'll show you and let you know what is going on. So, yeah, let's do this. Right, okay, guys. So hopefully, after this bit, we can just crack on and get some work done, because all I've done so far is just waffle on and explain exactly what's going on. But if I don't explain it, how are you going to know? There's a lot of people out there that watch it. There's some mechanics, and you know they kind of know, they kind of get it. But other people don't understand it, so I have to explain things sometimes. And it's nice just to sort of tell you guys exactly what I found, what's going on, and what needs to be done. So I'm back from the Toyota main dealer because what I found is when I took the plate off with these 3 bolts, it's just dripping a little bit. But what I found when I took the plate off in there, that gearbox in there is completely dry. So it's definitely coming from that oil seal, drive shaft oil seal there, definitely. So, yeah. Yeah, dear. But at least, you know, you've got to look on the bright side, all right? We ain't got to take the gearbox out, or I haven't got to take the gearbox out again to see why it's leaking. It shouldn't have been leaking anyway, because there's nothing in there to make it leak. So I'm kind of happy that it's just the seal, but there's still some work to do. We're going to take the drive shafts back off, drain the gearbox oil, and do all that. The only bad thing about this is that when I spoke to Toyota, when I went over there, it's a special order for these drive shaft seals. I've phoned around everyone. No one's got them. The only person is going to be main dealer, and they've ordered it, special order, and it won't come in until next Tuesday for those 2 gearbox oil seals. So this car... This car, I tell you, just is a pain to fix and find parts and get things done and sorted. It's just, yeah, it's really opened my eyes a little bit, I've got to be honest, when it comes to doing Toyotas. So, but it, you know, it is what it is. We've got to carry on. We've just got to wait for things to turn up. It is Friday today, and they're saying that it's not going to come in until next Tuesday. It's a long time to wait for parts to come in, but it is what it is. You just have to wait for them. But we can carry on, stripping it down, take the wheels off, drive shaft, oil, get gearbox oil, just get it ready for and get the old ones out, and then just get it ready just to pop the new ones back in next week. So let's get set up. Let's crack on now, do a bit of work, because I feel like I've done nothing. So let's do this. Okay, guys, well, that didn't take too long. Drive shafts are out. Gearbox oil is dropped. So, yeah, not too bad, I've got to be honest. So let's have a quick look underneath there before we move on. Because, you know, we can't really, apart from pulling the old seals out, we can't really do anything else. Just want to show you it there. It's a little bit messy and stuff in there, see it? So it's obviously not sealing properly. You know, and it's an issue there because I've removed it to get the gearbox clutch changed, and it's obviously just not sealed properly or something. Yeah, something's definitely happened up there. So yeah, we've just got to wait until next week now so we can pick up the other two new seals. Look, this one's not that bad. I'm trying to get you. It's not that bad. Look, on the outside you can see that it's not been leaking because it's dry all the way around. It's only just started to leak where I've just pulled the drive shaft and it's come out a little bit. So yeah, there you go. But that's what we're going to do next week now is replace those two seals, get that leak stopped, and then we can carry on. I feel like I'm going backwards a little bit, but sometimes you have to do that to get things right, to get things, you know, done properly and all that sort of stuff. I can't leave it like that. It's leaking. So yeah. Anyway, let's now move on. Going to do the side mirror, and I'm going to put the wing on as well. Try and position that on because that ain't going to affect that front end. Possibly get the bonnet on as well. I'm not quite sure, but let's definitely can't get the lights on each side because that needs to come out. So then lights are not going to fit. So I'm going to leave those, but we have got other little bits and pieces we can continue with today. But at least we've found the reason for the oil leak, and we're on it. Well, I'm on it. So yeah, let's get set up, guys. Let's carry on. Let's do this. Right, okay. So, guys, we are starting to get some panels. I'm laughing because it's all over the place. It's just all over the show because of that front panel. I can't, you know, I've just put it on just to just to put it on. I'm sure he's not. I'm sure he's going to take the bonnet off, and I'm sure he's going to move that wing around. But it's not great when it comes to the paintwork, I've got to be honest. So that's going to have to be... I knew about obviously doing some paint here anyway, because that's got to be repaired. So, you know, whatever happens, this has got to be repaired and then it's got to be sprayed. So I'm not really worried about that, but it's... yeah, put the wing mirror on. That's absolutely spot on, perfect. I'm not going to put that trim on there. Going to leave it off for now until he's done the front end and he's lined everything up and it all fits together. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, the only trouble is with that is that I think we're going to have to get this radiator in position. Or can he do that? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm going to have to work out what we're going to do when it comes to that. Because he's still got to move this front panel around. Do you know what I mean? So if I stick the radiator in, he's going to have to take it back out, move the panel around, line everything back up. So I think just give him all the bits and pieces. He can line it all up and then put it all back together. But I'm still waiting. I'm still trying to find the bumper for this car. It's just parts. It's unbelievably crazy hard to get. So, but yeah, at least, you know, we're lining up things and putting things on. Can't do the drive shaft seals until next week, so we'll do that. Could do a little bit more today, but not too much really. I'm not doing anything else on the front end. I'm leaving it as it is. I had a little mess around with the bracket here. It still needs a little bit of work connecting up and moving it back, but you know, that's kind of his thing now, isn't it? Because he needs to, yeah, everything's governed by that front panel. As soon as you line up that and get that straight, everything will line up and you move on for that. So even though I've put the bonnet on and the wing on, I think I'm going to leave those parts as it is until he's done the front end. So let's just see what else we can do today. Like I said, done the wing mirror, so that's done. Can do a little bit on the back, I suppose. Put all the stuff in the boot and, you know, have a little tidy up, I suppose. But, you know, I can't really do much else, really, on this car. So let's just do whatever we can today. And then, yeah, next week we can get the gearbox done, the seals done, the drive shafts back in place, the wheels back on. And then wait until we find a front bumper for this. But, yeah, let's just set up, guys. Let's just see how far we get today. Let's continue. Let's do this. Right, okay. So, guys, a little bit closer. A few more bits and pieces done. The boot is now put all back together. Spare wheel, like parcel shelf, all those bits and pieces all being put back in there. I thought, do you know what? Let's just pull these drive shafts seals just because it's then done. And then it's just one less thing I've got to do next week. So, yeah, cracked on. Got the drive shaft oil seals. You can see this one is, you know, pretty bunged up and a little bit manky. So, yeah. That's that one. This one on this side is actually a little bit bigger. But you can see that, obviously, the outside rim is pretty clean. So, it's it wasn't leaking. I showed you that before I pulled it out. But, yeah, they're very slightly different. Look. This one's got like a thicker outer ring. I think the inner ring's the same for the drive shaft, the inner ring, but the actual outer piece is different. So one's bigger than the other on there. Cleaned up as well. Brake cleaner everywhere up in there. Cleaned it all up. Made sure it was all nice and tidy. On the gearbox as well. This is all sort of all oily and stuff. So that's all cleaned up as well now. So yeah, so we're basically now ready for next week on the drive shaft oil seals, and we'll sort of probably do that like if they call me Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll just fit it in some point with another car that we're going to do. Maybe the Peugeot. We'll do a little bit on the Peugeot, and then we'll jump on this and do a little bit on this, get it back on the road, get it on the floor, and stuff like that. But like I said before, the front end I'm kind of going to leave. I'm not quite happy, I've got to be honest, with the position of the hinges, the way they're sitting. They seem to be sitting a little bit low with the wings. There's not really, I've had a look, there's not really a lot of adjustment on those hinges. It's not like, the hinges are actually sitting on top of the inner wing, behind the wing. They're sitting on top. With the Fiesta ones, they sit on the side, so you can move them up and down, in and out. But with this one, you can only move them up and down. You can't actually, left or right, you can't move them up and down. So I might just for the sake of it, find a pair of hinges just to be on the safe side. And then that way I know that there's not going to have any issues when it goes to the body shop, eventually goes to the body shop. There's going to be no issues with the hinges themselves because, you know, they're going to be, another set. So, but that's kind of it, guys. I think I can't really do anything else on this today, but at least we're moving. I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're moving in the right direction. We're moving forward now with this. But it was just because I saw that oil leak and I thought, whilst we've got a little bit of time today, let's get it in. Let's work out what it is. And at least we've sussed it. We've ordered the parts and we've just got to wait. So there we go. That is it. It is Friday. So have a great weekend, guys. That's the end of today's video. Don't forget to drop me a comment. Give the video a thumbs up. Really appreciate all the support. And I'll see you on Monday. Take care. See you soon.